You really have to analyze the people around you because destiny swapping is real. I am back with another spooky story. I'm gonna call the person who submitted the story Lala. So Lala says that she's submitting the story because she doesn't think what happened was actually an accident. So this started months prior. Lala had a cousin and they were very close. They were both around the same age and they grew up together. They were very close, but at some point the cousin started acting different. The cousin became more interested in Lala's life out of nowhere. Cousin wanted to know everything. Where she was going, who she was talking to, what she was working on. Lala says at first it felt like support from her cousin. Then it started to feel monitoring. So cousin started following all of Lala's friends on social media. Then Lala's friends started hanging out with her cousin without her. And people would tell Lala things like, I thought you already knew. Your cousin said, even if Lala hadn't told her anything. Slowly but surely, Lala starts to feel like she's being pushed out of her own life. Opportunities that Lala felt were supposed to be hers were going to her cousin instead. Her cousin even started doing Lala's line of work. And Lala said that she noticed certain things like when she'd mention something that she's excited about, an event, a meeting, a creative project. Somehow the cousin would always be there before her. People would say, your cousin already came by, or we spoke to your cousin earlier. Lala said one time someone congratulated her cousin for something that she applied for. And when Lala asked her cousin about it, her cousin laughed it off like, haha, we're basically the same person anyway. That sentence really stuck with her. Cousin started dressing like her, wearing her style, copying the way she talked, even her phrases. Got to the point where people began confusing them in public. Whole time Lala is brushing it off because she loves her cousin. And she's thinking that maybe she's just overthinking. Now Lala says that this is the day that everything ended. Lala was supposed to go to an important event, one that she had been waiting to go to for years. Before she goes to the event, she had something to drop off at her grandmother's house. However, Lala's cousin volunteered to drop off the stuff. Cousin said, you're already doing so much, finish getting ready and I'll just take the stuff to Granny's house. And Lala's like, no, she really wanted to take the drive and see her granny anyway. She was the one who was supposed to drop off everything. But the cousin insisted and she said, you know what, fine, I'll stay back and I'll get ready. Well, about an hour later, her phone rang. There had been an accident. Her car was totaled. The driver, unfortunately, did not survive. At first, everybody thought it was Lala in the car. Same car, same route that she would have taken, at the same time she would have been on the road. They only realized that it wasn't Lala when they checked her ID. Lala said, my cousin died in my seat, in my car, on a night that was meant for me. After the funeral, people just kept saying how tragic it was and how she had so much going on for her. What actually scared Lala was this. Everything she had going for her used to belong to Lala. Lala said that she still doesn't know if she was trying to become her, but thought her life was just easier to step into than her own. Lala said all she knows is that her cousin lived her life long enough to die in it. Lala said she knows that was supposed to be her fate. But my cousin took one for the team. And she says ever since then, she's been very careful about who's watching her too closely. She said that y'all should too, because destiny swapping is real.
Imagine how unhappy and miserable your life has to be that you want to swap destiny with another person. That the only solution is for you to swap destiny with another person. There are a lot of people who hate their lives. They hate their lives, they hate everything about themselves, and they are looking for ways to swap destiny with another person who they think has a better life. If you have never been through a spiritual battle or experienced spiritual warfare, when people come on the internet to explain things like this, you're going to think they are being delusional. Destiny swapping is real.
Consequences of trying to swap the destiny of an anointed vessel. When someone tries to exchange or hijack the destiny of a vessel anointed by the God of Jacob, they are in effect fighting against the decree of heaven. The Bible shows repeatedly that 1. The trap backfires. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. Psalm 7:15. The schemes bounce back, and the enemy becomes victim of their own device. 2. Curses recoil. Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them. Proverbs 26-27. Attempts to curse or exchange destines often lead to curses returning multiplied on the initiator. 3. Loss of covering and peace. By meddling with God's plan, they expose themselves to spiritual nakedness. The hedge of protection lifts, and sudden calamity or confusion overtakes them. 4. Divine judgment. Pharaoh tried to rewrite Israel's destiny, gives God buried him in the Red Sea. Balaam tried to curse Israel for reward, gives God turned his words into blessings, and Balaam died by the sword. Herod tried to silence God's glory, gives an angel struck him, and he died eaten by worms. Acts 12:23. In short, attempting to swap destines with one chosen by God is a death wish spiritually. It provokes wrath, confusion, and even generational consequences.
This is what happens when you defeat the warlock, you prevent the destiny swap, and you call your power back. So, Divine Feminine, you guys are going to attract a lot of fake stuff in this world. One of those things is going to be warlocks to try to destiny swap with you, get around you, to try to siphon your energy so they can like make their life starting to go uphill. And if you stay around them long enough, your life is going to start going downhill. But ultimately, like, you're not dumb. Like, you're not going to fall for the manipulation forever. Like, this is how like this higher power works. It puts you in these tests, these situations. It's going to hurt, but then you start waking up to it. And when you start waking up to it, you're able to walk away. And these are 3 things that's going to happen after you walk away from this warlock. So number 1, they're going to start trying to put a coven together of like other like witches and warlocks. And also keep this in mind too, like witches, warlocks, not entirely a bad thing. When I talk about it, it's like in a negative connotation because they're trying to do something to do you harm, trying to switch lives with you. So they're going to put like other people together that already probably don't like you because now they recognize that the energy cord has been cut from you. And because that energy cord has been cut, they can no longer manipulate you. So they're going to try to get other people to come together to try to attack you because their mindset is like, we're stronger in numbers. And keep in mind this too, they're going to be spreading lies about you, but these people that they recruit never liked you to begin with. So people that truly like you, they're not going to believe those lies. But that kind of moves into the second point as well. They're going to start like this huge smear campaign on you. They're going to try to get the public opinion of you to kind of shift. So not only is this coven of like witches and warlocks are going against you, now they're trying to convince people that you know, like your friends, your family members. They're trying to get a control of the narrative because once they get control of the narrative and you get like in a lower vibration, that's like another way like they're indirectly siphoning you of your energy. Now, number 3, when they finally see that all these things aren't affecting you, like you have gotten pretty good at ignoring like all the BS, all the manipulation and witchcraft, they're going to come back to you humbly. They'll probably apologize to whatever they did to you. And they try to get you to give them another chance. Some people do fall for this because these people are very convincing, but you have to be strong in the mind and recognize that it's very hard for someone to change. And most likely that warlock probably is not going to change. And you got yourself out of that situation. If you get back with that person, your life is going to start going downhill again. So just stay strong and recognize you're going to attract better people into your life. But those are the tactics of a warlock after you walk away.
This is for the destiny swappers. Stop trying to swap destinies with an alchemist. All you are going to get is suffering, humiliation, and pain. You know why? Because the alchemist's light is to transform pain into wisdom. Is to transform pain into light. So they are using you as a means to alchemize their situation. In other words, they gain more power and authority when you try to swap destinies with an alchemist, right? So an alchemist is someone who is here to experience pain and turn that pain into wisdom. They tend to become a spiritual guide, a karmic teacher, or they just gain authority through hardship. And this is what an alchemist is. Now, because you see an alchemist with light, you think that, they have this abundance inside of them. Yes, when you see them with your spiritual eyes, you see them full of light because it is their power. But in other words, that light and power comes through suffering. They have to go through series of experience to gain more power in this physical reality. So when you are now trying to swap destinies with them, all you are going to get in your path is what? Is suffering, pain, because that is their own power, that is their own light, that is how they strive, that is how they become who they are, right? Now, it does not change anything from an alchemist because you know why? They are going to come out from it. Whatever you do or you put in their way, they will alchemize it and become even better or greater in life. But the problem is you, because you are not built for the kind of resilience that they have. At the end of the day, you might just find yourself in a deep shit because you are going to swap that destiny and you are going to begin to suffer for nothing. And if you are not resilient enough, if you are not tough enough, you will find yourself in a pit. Right? So it's not everybody you see with light that you want to swap destinies with. That's why you see some of the time, you see these alchemists, people project their own their own suffering onto them without even them knowing why. People just think that it is because of them they are suffering. Most of the time, it's because of what they have done spiritually, right? Now they are reaping the fruit of their own labor. They are now projecting their suffering onto you, saying it is because of you that they are suffering. Most of the time, it is not because of that. It's because of the fact that an alchemist is here to go through suffering to gain wisdom, right? And trying to do anything spiritually to them will cause them more suffering. Because yes, that's what you ask for. Be careful of what you wish for. Because an alchemist can be going through hell, yet they will look like they are flourishing. It will look like they are flourishing. Everything that they are doing is just going on smoothly for them, without knowing that they are just burning, but you don't see it. Because they have the grace to carry themselves through pain to the highest version of themselves. They know how to transform themselves. Even while going through transformation and, elevation and whatever it is, they gloriously carry the transformation as if nothing is wrong with them. And this is their power. So each time you try to send negativity towards them, send attack towards them, send any form of negativity towards them, they are going to transform that negativity into power. You are just helping them to step into the better version of themselves. Right? So yes, that's why you see when you destiny swappers, you are attacking them, yet they seems to be flourishing more. It's because you are giving them more power to do so. And they are even taking from you. Because that's how they are being configured. Right? You are wondering, why is it that all the attack I'm sending this person, this thing is not working? Why is it not working? It's because they are taking your energy. You don't attack them. Because their life alone is already a field of lots of experience. When I mean experience, hardcore experience. Right? You now attacking them, you are giving them power, you are giving them supply to step higher to a better version of themselves. So you are wasting your energy and your time trying to attack an alchemist. And it is a perfect plan to put you people who know they use IC people team. It is a perfect plan set for those people who always want what belongs to other people. Right? That's why you see a lot of people begin to wonder. You the alchemist, people will always say it is because of you they are suffering. They always tell you it is because of you they are suffering. Some of them, it might be that yes, they are supposed to go through this experience with you. And yes, that's why they discover that. Or sometimes some of them is because of what they have done to you. Right? And they don't know how to say it with their mouth. They don't just know how to say it and say, I did this to you. Now I am the one suffering. Right? They don't know how to say it. So at the end of the day, they just use that psychological tantrums, or I call it tantrums, or they manipulate you psychologically and make you think that something is wrong with you. Since they began to move with you. That's why they are suffering. No, some of them did something. Some of them did something. Right? And the power of the alchemist is to absorb and transform. Absorb and transform. Absorb and transform into the highest version of themselves. That's why all their enemies always tend to be frustrated and confused. Because that is the power of the alchemist. Their enemies are always confused. They don't know what to do. Because they have done everything on their book. Yet they still see this person standing up straight. They have sent psychological attack. You are still standing. In fact, more transformed. They send mental illnesses. You are still perfectly sound. They send every attack they can find. Yet you are flourishing. Right? This is as a result of the power of an alchemist. So yes, I just want to put this out there. Destiny swappers, before you want to swap people's destinies, it's not everybody's destiny you want to swap. It's not everybody you attack. You have to study them first and know the kind of power that they carry. If not, they will absorb your own into their own strength. And this is what it is. Right? So have a blessed day today. Before you attack anybody spiritually, do your own survey. Right? So yes, thank you.
When someone does a destiny swapping and it fails, there are many things that will start happening to them. Yes. Number one is that they will have a lot of mental pressure. Yes, you heard me right. They will be in a heavy mental pressure. They will be living in anxiety or fear. Now, I want you to know that it is mostly rare for a destiny swapping to fail. You heard me right. And when it fails, it is something to behold, because it can cause the people that wanted to do it to be in a very deep emotional pressure. They will be in a very deep emotional stress. So they will have a mental stress, a lot of it. And yes, that's their business will start falling down, everything. They will having random issues daily with people, even with their customers. Yes, they will be having issues, and their family members will also get sick. Yes, their family members will get sick. They will be having issues, and they will lose beauty. they will look way worse than they used to look, because when they were using the other person's reality, or when they were using their destiny, and they will stop having inflow as much as they used to have. Yes, so the money will reduce, the money they are making will reduce, not as because when they were using that person's energy, they will have a lot of high income. But when that person call back their energy totally, their money, their financial income will reduce. So they will be in a very place, a lot of mental stress about finance. So they will be very, very stressed about money. So you see them always, being in this fear, anxiety. They will be in anxiety about not having money. You understand? They will be in anxiety, and they will be making mistakes. They will be making constant mistakes. Instead of them to do A, they will do Y. So they will be making mistakes, because they will be in the confusion they sent to that person they wanted to destiny swap. Yes. So when someone destiny swap you, you will be in confusion, and when you call back your power, they will be in confusion, very deep confusion, while you will have very nice sound clarity. So it is actually very beautiful to witness, because the amount of balance that happens when destiny swapping fails is wow. The other person will receive it very hot, especially if the other person that destiny swapping have been using their energy for a long time without the other person being aware. All the payments, there will be always a payment. There will be the energy, there will be a payment. There will be a time that they will be in that spiritual prison. Yes, there will be a time where they will be in that spiritual prison, and they will complete that sentence, that spiritual prison, before they will be allowed to be out of there. So this is how curses are made and transferred from family to family, from generation to generation. Yeah, this is how people start family curse. Some family curse is because of the failed destiny transfer. Yes.
Evil lives amongst us, it breeds amongst us. There are people out there that are evil. They are evil, they are miserable, and they are looking for shortcuts to get success, to make it. And what they do is they prey on people who are successful, people who have a light, who have a star. Someone who has already put in the work and is successful. Destiny swappers prey on those type of people. That is why you need to be careful with whoever you give access to. Not everyone has good intentions. There are people who are keeping tabs on you. You don't even know they have been watching you. Destiny swappers have been stalking you before they ever had access to you. These people have been stalking you before they ever had access to you. They have been following you, watching your progress, seeing the efforts you're making in order to succeed, and they have been keeping tabs on you, strategizing on how they are going to get close to you and be in your personal space so that they can gain trust and swap your destiny. Whatever you're doing right now and you're succeeding in it, be very careful with who you give access to. There are some people who want to steal your star, who want to steal your glory, who want to take away your light, because they are miserable, they are unhappy, and they are frustrated. They don't like their lives, they hate themselves, and they want what you have. Some people want to be you. They want to take you out of this earth and live your life. They want to walk in your shoes. They will go to a witchcraft doctor, a native doctor, to steal your star, keeping tabs on you, investigating your growth through spiritual means. like a mirror. They are watching you, monitoring spirits. You see that relationship or that friendship that is moving too fast, slow it down. You see those girls who are trying so hard to be your friend. Those ones who are fighting so much to be involved in your life, in your business, in your circle, trying to fit themselves in your life. Anybody who is fighting to be your friend, fighting to be close to you, be very careful. Test your friends. People will come close to you because you have something that they want. You have something they want to benefit from. Anything they do for you, they are doing it because to them it is an investment. It is not for free. That is why you need to be very careful with the kind of friends you make. There are people who do things for you, but it is an investment. You don't know what they are taking from you spiritually. You don't know what they are doing to you behind your back. That boy that you like so much, love bombing you, giving you flowers, giving you gifts, taking you out, buying you anything that you want. Be very careful. Some of these people want to swap your destiny. Some of these men, they want to steal your star. They want to use your star to enrich themselves. This is someone who is trying to manipulate, imitate, and benefit off from your light. And they will do it physically, energetically, or spiritually. But most of the times, it is done spiritually. Now, this is what happens when a destiny swapper gets exposed and when the swap fails. The first thing destiny swappers do when they get exposed is denial. Denial first. They act like nothing happened, or they will say you're crazy or jealous. That is a classic defense mechanism. They are trying to make you out to be the jealous one, the crazy one, so that if you come out to expose them, nobody will believe, or they will act like nothing happened. Anybody who has tried to destiny swap with you, kill you, steal your glory, steal your star, or even poison you, when they don't succeed, what happens is they go out there smearing your name. They tell people lies about you. They tell people you're crazy, you're jealous, or you're always playing the victim. And do you know why they are doing this? It is because they didn't succeed to take you out. They didn't succeed to swap your destiny. They failed, and they are afraid of what you will do. The second point is they play the victim, playing the victim. Out of a sudden, they are the victim. Suddenly, they are the one who is hurt. You may even hear them say things like, after everything I did for you, after all I did for you, they will start naming all the things they did for you. Even if they were the ones benefiting from the friendship, they will act like you were the one benefiting from them. If destiny swappers love to play the victim when they get exposed, they act like they are the ones who gave too much into the relationship or the friendship, as if they were not benefiting from you, as if they didn't want to steal your star or your glory, as if they didn't want to swap your destiny. What do you think happens when a thief gets caught? After playing the victim, now they have to make you out to be the villain. So what is the next thing they do? Smear campaigns. They start telling people lies about you, spreading rumors about you in order to protect their image and save face. They might start telling people lies to protect their image and turn them against you. The next point is anger and intimidation. Have you ever cut off a destiny swapper? Recently, I cut off a destiny swapper last year, and they cannot handle it. They are not handling it so well. When you cut off somebody who was trying to destiny swap with you, they have been exposed. So what do? They lash out, especially if they were benefiting from the relationship or from the friendship. If they were benefiting from you and you cut them off, exposure threatens them. So what do? They lash out, they insult you, or they try to intimidate you into silence. Some may even threaten you, send all kinds of messages insulting you. Typical destiny swappers, miserable people. They will try to scare you into silence. The next thing destiny swappers do when they get exposed is disappear. They just disappear. They ghost you. Some will ghost you when they know they can no longer control the narrative. Some will ghost you completely when they know they cannot manipulate the situation anymore. When someone has been discovered and they know they cannot manipulate you anymore, what do? They walk out with their heads down because they have been conquered, they have been exposed. This is what happens when a destiny swapper has been exposed. Now let us talk about what happens when the destiny swap fails. When they try to destiny swap with you and they fail. If someone was trying to steal your star, use your glory, manipulate your destiny, or swap your destiny, when they don't succeed or when the destiny swap fails, the first thing they undergo is frustration and obsession. The frustration from the fact that they didn't succeed and the obsession with whoever they have been trying to swap destinies with. What this person wanted to do is they wanted to take your blessings and give you all of their bad luck. They are stealing your glory, benefiting from your blessings, from your star, while you are experiencing their bad karma. This is the worst thing somebody can ever try to do to you. Because on this earth, if somebody swaps destinies with you, you're only getting nothing but bad karma. Whatever bad thing was going to happen to them, now it is reversed and it starts happening to you. While your blessings is going to them, their bad karma is coming to you. So you basically live like a slave on this earth. There are some people who There are so many people who are unhappy today because their destinies have been swapped. They are living another person's life. Nothing they are doing is going forward. Your star, your glory is stolen. You don't succeed in anything you do because someone has stolen your star. So you need to be very careful who you call a boyfriend, who you call a friend, who you entertain or bring to your personal space, because there are people out there who are hunting. Destiny swappers are hunting, but they're struggling, trying to build something for yourself, working day and night, sleepless nights to make a life for yourself. And then there is a destiny swapper somewhere lurking on the internet, lurking around you, watching you, stalking you, seeing how far you're going, seeing what you're doing, studying you, seeing how far you have gone, and strategizing on how they are going to maneuver their way into your life and swap your destiny. Be careful. If someone is trying to copy you, outshine you, or leave off from your glory, your success and your growth is going to trigger them. Anybody who tried to swap destinies with you, anybody who was trying to use your star, when they don't succeed or when they fail and they see that you are succeeding and you're growing, all of those things trigger them. Your happiness triggers them. And that creates an obsession, an unhealthy obsession. And they may keep watching you on social media, lurking on your page, stalking you, but they have no good intentions because they are watching you with evil eyes. That is why you need to pray against evil eye. Not everybody who is watching you on social media likes you. Not everybody watching you has good intentions towards you. Some people are watching you, they want to imitate you, they want to copy you, and they want to swap destinies with you because you have something that they want. Even at the level of, in anything you do, there is always someone who is trying to copy you, take your spot. The second thing destiny swappers do when a swap fails is they try a new strategy. They try a new tactic and they change strategy on how to come back into your life. So what do? They start acting nice again. Before you know it, she's bought you a gift. He has got you a car. He has got you this. He may do something nice or she may do something nice in order to win you over, in order to get back in your good graces. So when the destiny swapping fails and they are not sure if you have discovered them, what do? They switch strategy. They start acting nice. They try to reconnect, or they look for another means in order to swap destinies again. Which leads us to the next point, energy shift. There is an energy shift, and the energy shift is from your side. Do you know why? Because you're aware of what they try to do. You're now aware of who this person is. That is why their new strategy cannot work, because you've discovered them. So what actually changes is your awareness. Once you see someone clearly, their influence over you weakens. When you see this destiny swapper for who they are, for the snake that they are, their influence over you weakens. When God exposes people, right, he exposes them at a time where he knows that you're able to handle it. Because if God exposes that person now, you may pick up a knife and kill that person and end up in prison. So God is going to create scenarios where he removes that person from your life, he separates that person from your life, he creates an opportunity for you to know who this person is. Like he exposes them when they are no longer in your life. That cord, that energetic cord is broken. There is nothing connecting you or linking you to that person anymore. They can no longer siphon your energy. They can no longer dominate you, because destiny swappers, they want to control you. They want to dominate you. And they want to control you like a puppet. They want a situation where anything they say, you're going to do it. This world is spiritual. And then out of a sudden, you realize that the dynamics of your relationship or your friendship starts to shift. This person who was acting all nice and loving and sweet and kind starts acting domineering. It's now as though they want to control you and control your movements. They want to control who you talk to, the things that you do, where you go to. It's like you have a surveillance camera in your life. It is no longer friendship or a relationship. It is surveillance. The person who is trying to destiny swap with you starts acting like a monitoring spirit. They want to be involved in everything that you do. If you want to go for an event, they want to be there. Anything you want to do, they want to be involved, because they want to make connections with the people that you know, because what they truly want is to swap destinies with you. There are people who have gotten close to rich people and have swapped destinies with those people, stolen those people's connections, stolen those people's opportunities. There are friends who will get close to you and they will steal your opportunities, steal your relationships, steal whatever you have going on, because their intention was to steal, was to swap. All of a sudden, you do things without this person, it becomes a problem. You go somewhere without this person, they start acting like it is a problem. Why are you so involved in my life? Why are you so carried away with what I'm doing if you're not a destiny swapper? Destiny swappers want to know every detail and everything that is going on in your life, including the things that don't concern them, because it is deeper than the physical. This is what people don't understand. This person will pretend to be your friend, pretend to be a prayerful person, pretend to be a Christian, whereas they are doing witchcraft and voodoo on you. They pretend to love you, pretend to care for you, whereas they are doing witchcraft and voodoo on you because they want your star and your glory. This is the reason why when they are exposed and they don't succeed, they crash out, they insult, they send threats, they act like mad people, because whatever they wanted from you, they didn't get it, they didn't succeed to get it. You cannot change the order of things. You cannot steal what does not belong to you. Somebody's star is their star. You cannot steal the star of someone who is anointed, someone who is chosen by God. You cannot do it, because the karma for that, the repercussions, is damaging. There are people who have committed suicide, who have died, whose lives have been destroyed because they tried to destiny swap with an anointed person, with someone who is chosen by God. There are people on this earth that only God has ordained them. You cannot bring them down. No human being can bring them down. I don't care where you go to, what you do. It is only God that can bring them down. That is what I want you to know. So if you think you can fight certain people physically and spiritually, you're only going to fight yourself forever. Because there are people who, from birth, before they were formed in their mother's wombs, they have divine protection, protecting them from any harm, from any attack, from any spiritual warfare. There are people who wake up every day in this life, and each day of their life is spiritual warfare, but no harm befalls them because of who is protecting them. Their bloodline, their ancestors will fight you. Not only God will fight you, but their ancestors will fight you. So be very careful with whoever you're playing tricks and using dark magic on, trying to swap their destiny or steal their glory. You cannot steal what is not yours. You cannot take what is not yours. Anything that you have to use diabolical means to get, it doesn't last. You may succeed for a short period of time, but the repercussions and the karma that you're going to get for trying to change the order of things, for trying to mess with someone's free will, you won't go scot-free. There are people who have died, who have had health challenges, who have gotten broke forever because they tried to swap someone's destiny. Be careful who you mess with. Be careful who you mess with. There are people who are divinely protected. You're looking at someone thinking, no, they are just walking around like that, empty. There are people who have spiritual backing. They are divinely protected. You mess with them, you will die. There are people you put your hands on and you will die. So be very careful. I'm saying this because this video may come across anybody who has tried to destiny swap. If you think in the back of your mind that you can steal, someone's destiny, you cannot succeed. Even if you siphon that person's energy, drain that person's energy, try to imitate them or copy them or benefit from their star or their light, it will never last, and the repercussions will be way worse. The consequences will be terrible. It would have been better for you to just leave that person alone than to try to swap destinies with them, because the consequences of trying to swap the destiny of someone who is chosen, of a chosen one, is dead. The consequences is dead. Anyways, guys, I'm not even going to say too much, but you all need to be careful out here. There are people who are evil. They are trying to look for shortcuts in order to make it in this life, and they are monitoring people who are putting in the effort, working and trying to build something for themselves, and they want to access these people and swap destinies with these people. So I always say this: access to you is a privilege. Stop giving access to any idiot. Stop giving access to anybody just because they seem nice. It is a strategy most at times. When it is giving, I'm trying to win you over. I'm trying to get in your good books. I'm trying to do everything to be your friend. That is a red flag. Anyways, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Share your experiences. I'm dying to see them. And I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.